this video isn't incredibly weird to film at all. I don't even know how I'm supposed to do this. Ugh. I'm getting down to the hard videos. I'm filming videos for every individual person, and so far most of them have been pretty easy. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting to Nick and Aiden and Gage and all the hard people to do. Don't worry, I did Ryan's first to get it over with. I noticed that I kind of forgot to tell you what my YouTube channel was, because I was gonna do that when I quit, and then I didn't. So I have my YouTube channel is in the description of this video, so you can go subscribe to it. I've also told Gage, so he also has a link to subscribe to it. Well, it's so funny that I was just gaslighting you about my YouTube channel for that long. I have like 8 YouTube channels now. You gotta find the rest. This is one of them that you're watching this video on, is one of the 8 channels. So fun stuff. When are you gonna start posting on YouTube, bro? You gotta have 1 million subs by the time I get back. I'm gonna cry, Nick. I'm gonna cry filming this video. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to film Aiden's video after this. Like, no way. I'm gonna have to like wait till tomorrow. Nick, you're one of my best friends, bro. That's kind of weird. Like, how many people could you go up to and ask, like, yeah, is your best friend from work? Jimmy John's was 1 in a million, billion, probably trillion. Like, everything that went down in the past the past 2 years at that Jimmy John's wouldn't happen anywhere else. It's crazy. And I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to be a part of that. And I'm so glad that you got to be there, and Aiden got to be there, and Gage, and Nick, and Asha, and Ryan, and literally everyone that worked there. Kaylee, Callie, Ever, Sam, like everyone. And I'm so glad I got the chance to work with you, everyone else, because it was 1 in a million. Before Jimmy John's, I was working at Wendy's, which you know, because Nick Cassidy's snapping me right now. Already made his video already. When I was working at Wendy's, I'd worked there for about 6 months, and that place was horrible. Like, no one had good work ethic there. Like, I got plenty of hours because no one wanted to work. We were always short-staffed. I was making like $13.50 there. Like, I was making a lot, and just the environment was terrible. I was working with some horrible people, and my mom like saw that Jimmy John's was like, you gotta go work there. It'll be good for you. Like, and she loves Jimmy Johnson. I was so skeptical. I'm like, I'm making plenty of money. Like, yeah, that work environment sucks here, but like, I'm making good money here. I'm glad I actually made the switch to go work at Jimmy John's, because I would have never met you, you know? And it was so good for me, because for the first little while, I hated that I worked at Jimmy John's, because it was like, they didn't give me enough hours, and I was only making 12, so I was making way less, so I didn't like Jimmy John's at first. And it was just a horrible time with Sav and everyone, and Aspen and Beth, ugh, and Max's sister, ugh, those were some weird times. And then it was probably after that first summer where I finally was doing my trips and stuff, and they started giving me more hours and everything, and then you came along, like, convenient how you come to work at Jimmy John's, and then I started liking Jimmy John's. And then once you started coming along, things started getting interesting, you know. I started becoming a manager. Peak Jimmy John's last year was so much fun with everyone, and then more drama happened, and last summer had to happen, and that was a fun time. And ever since last summer, it hasn't been as fun, you know. But it was so cool to be able to work with you. Like, you were always so optimistic, even when you hated night shifts. You started to really hate night shifts towards the end. Especially work with Kaylee and everyone all the time, because you missed out hanging out with the boys, you know? It was so fun working mornings, and I was glad that you made that switch to work mornings. And you were always optimistic and funny about any situation. Even when it came down to it, you could have a serious conversation about girls, like us talking about like Sienna or Ryan or Bailey or whoever it was. We could always have a serious conversation, but then joke it off and talk about monkeys or something. And even when I got in that car accident, you stuck around. I told you, hey, you can go home if you want. I'll deal with them. And you were chilling. You're like, I'll stay for you. That was super nice for you to stay around. You're obviously my #1 best friend on Snapchat, so you've got to be my #1 best friend in real life, right? At this point in time, your graduation is tomorrow, so I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you since my graduation. This is the longest I've gone without seeing Nick in a long time, because I don't work with you anymore. But finally, I'm going to see you tomorrow, so hopefully we can hang out. That'll be pretty chill. Then we got a trip next week. I got to film this video before the trip, because I'm not going to have time after the trip. So that's why if we're not friends or something in the next week and a half, I don't know why that would be the case, but if somehow we became not friends in the next week and a half, don't judge for what I'm saying right now, because I don't know what's going to happen in the next week and a half. Hopefully nothing crazy. But yeah, I love you, Nick. I'll give you a heart. I gave Henry a heart, and I think I gave Dax a heart, so I better give you a heart. I love you, bro. and I'm gonna miss you when I go on my mission. And I hope things go good for you for the next few years until I get back. And then I can get back and we can dap up again. Good luck, Nick, with your future. Keep me updated on the emails and all that, you know. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this video, I'll have like 3 weeks left, and hopefully we can hang out and have some good times right before I leave. But yeah, I love you, Nick.